तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरं। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम। Namaste to all of you. Before we start the study of the text, let's understand why should we study, or what is the spiritual pursuit. Let's be clear about it, and what is the need of it. Any living being has to interact with the world outside. We too have to interact with the world outside. When I say world outside, I mean people, situation, objects, places, etc. These interactions are choices. You have no choice but to interact. Then these interactions often results in certain kinds of emotions, different kinds of emotions. Our experience, most of the people have, our day-to-day interaction with the world outside leaves behind certain feelings, like not necessarily pleasant feelings, not necessarily happiness, not necessarily contentment. They leave behind this feeling pain, sometimes agony, dissatisfaction, irritation, discontentment, sadness, fear, frustration, and sometimes guilt also. day-to-day experiences leave behind such feelings. I mean, often painful, often unpleasant. In day-to-day life, these feelings get piled up with him. Because the life is so demanding, the next day you are again on the run. Those incidents which left behind emotional scar, left behind hurt, sometimes deep scar, deep memories. You don't seem to have time to look at it and you have to again interact with a new world. Next day, it starts. And day in and day out, it gets piled up within. Like those, it's like a plate in which you serve a food. But plate is never clean. When someone eats, you just pour water and give it to other one. It is full of bacteria. It will cause you stomachache. That's all. Or the hand, which has kept touching throughout the day. Even your keypad and mobile is also full of bacteria. Airlines. And then you start eating. Only bacteria will go. So these emotional issues are there within. Moreover, just you have no choice. You have to relate to people. There is a father, mother, brother, sister, friends, and a society, and a married then spouse, and the children, and the working, and the staff, and the business community, and all kinds of things. You have to relate. Second problem of human being is that is unique to human being. That there is always a picture about I. Each one has one's own picture. Who is ideal I? The best I. In other words, what should I be? One's own values, attitudes, goals. All that is there inside. I in terms of financial status, in terms of familial status, in terms of emotions, in terms of relationships, in terms of connections. Any which way, there is one ideal I. I have my own values. What should I pursue? What is my goal? People often ask to children, hey, what do you want to become? That is his or her ideal life. I want to be a sports person, or I want to be a chartered accountant, or a doctor, or a social worker, something. There is always some picture at different phases, ages of life. And we seem to pursue that. We seem to achieve that. And unfortunately, this picture keeps on changing, keeps on shifting. You keep on redesigning your ideal life. You keep on refiguring out your ideal life. And therefore, you have to interact with the world. You have to deal with people. You have to deal with the objects, deal with everything. And in these interactions, you may often find that I am not up to up to the mark. I am not up to my ideal I. I should have been a little more than what I am. In, let's say, emotional relationships. I should have been more cared by my family. I should have been more respected by my family. I should have had had a lot of income. I deserve more income. I deserve bigger house, bigger vehicle, all kinds. This at every stage of life. As a child also, there is a gap between ideal I and obtaining I. I know myself. Whether others know me or not, I know I am not up to that ideal I, which I want to be. And the life is nothing but constant, compulsive pursuits to achieve that ideal I, running behind it. So this makes you running, moving. Life is always on move. And as I say, this gap between what I am and what I want to be, that particular gap creates a sense of discontentment, dissatisfaction about myself. When I interact with the world, I may have complaints about people, their behavior, their conduct, their relation, the way they relate to me and the way what they pursue. That may be different. But I have complained about myself. That sometimes leads to guilt. Sometimes create a feeling of sense of low. I am useless. I am not successful. I am failure. All kinds of emotions. These emotions are also piled up. Every time the target line keeps on moving. Every goal that you achieve in given area, think that I made it, what I wanted to. And suddenly you just don't know, you discover that you don't even discover the goal has changed. The fellow doesn't have money. Thinks that if I have 10, 15,000 a month, that should be okay. And he gets 10, 15, the goal moves to 25, 30. He doesn't know. Momentarily, there is some satisfaction in a given area. Yes, I made it. To money part. But the moment that euphoria subsides, that joy, overjoy, bubble subsides, the fellow says, oh, it's only money, I am okay, but I don't have status. I don't have car. I don't have this. I don't have that. That means I have not made up. I'm not up to my own self-estimation, which I should be, what I want to be. And as I said, this also leaves this kind of feeling. Sometimes you are irritated to yourself. Sometimes you are angry on yourself. And sometimes you are sad because of yourself. Frustrated because of yourself. Why I am being told every time? Why in the office every time I am made victimized? Why I am not successful every time? I fail in this area every time. That is feeling. These all emotional issues are piled up. When the person is working, they get piled up. It is like a typical Gujarati dabachi. All garbage of clothes and things you put somewhere and cover it with a good bed sheet, one corner. Or typical youngsters' room, I often come across and I have to go to someone's house for bhiksha or something. They make sure that the ground floor room is ready in case I want to use the loo or something that I want to rest. So I asked before lunch, I said, I would like to wash my hands. They said, this room is for you only, Swamiji. Door is open. And now you please, there is a basin here, no, you go there, says, we have cleaned more, we have made it more clean for you. So, okay, I'll go there. And when I shut the door, Behind the door, all jeans and shirts and t-shirts and pants are hanged up. It just fall on my feet. The boy is told to clean the room, but he will put it just behind that, hang it behind the door. Like somebody said, I love my clothes. They are so respectful. Whenever I open the wardrobe, they all fell at my feet. They fell at my feet. The fellow doesn't do so much of Sashtang Namaskara as much as his jeans and t-shirt does to me. Room is clean. It's all like that. Inside, whole thing is piled up. And the most irony of this era or technology is, if you look at quite few things which technology discovered, they are to save your time. They are to save your energy. Like transportation. For millennia and millennia, whole humanity moved on horse and camels, animal speed. And last 200-300 years, you have automobile and such a good road. You travel at a speed of 120, 100 kilometers on highways, which used to be 50 and 60 kilometers in 50s and 60s with our good old ambassador. And that ambassador, after 50 or 60, it will make so much of noise that you don't require a horn. That was ambassador car. That's how, in 10,000 kilometers you move, you have to get an engine repaired. That's how the cars were. Now it is fast. The journey which took 5 to 6 hours, now you finish in 2 to 2.5 hours. Infrastructure. Telephone, trunk calls, you have to wait in a queue. Telephone to connect, you have to go for telephone exchange and ask for given number and operator. Sometimes you are not able to connect to operator, and sometimes you connect to operator, she is a wait in a queue, etc. It just saves time, you just ring it. And in the mobile, there is always speed dial, special, you just press the one number, the phone goes. Time saving. All cooking gadgets, time saving. Everything is just saving time and your resources. Like lighting. You don't have to light a kerosene lamp and have lighting or Petromax or something. Just touch the board and it's on. So not even to switch it on. Sensors. Everything, all the daily chore we did, which took away a lot of time, has saved a lot of time. But the irony is nobody has time. To have time is a big luxury in this century. Time for myself. Time to do something, or even time not to do something. That also people don't have. And even when they are forced to have time for not doing anything, suppose society is so used to doing something, or achieving something, connecting with this world outside, that when you are thrown back in your lap, for whatever reason, traveling on highway and using phone call and your battery is off, over, exhausted, and you don't have car connection. The fellow feels so uncomfortable what to do. I have to do something. This also reflects some kind of restlessness, need to connect through messages, through all social platforms, media platforms, X or podcast or Facebook or whatever, want to connect. Again, this is all because some dissatisfaction, some undefined unqualified restlessness on myself. Now, all these emotional issues have to be dealt with. Otherwise, when person becomes old, or when you have leisure at night, whatever leisure you get before you go to bed, all this come out like those bubbles from the water. Those memories of agony, pain, irritation, hurt, that injustice has been done to me. The other person should not do this, should do that, etc. Things come out. No illusion. The spiritual study helps to deal with these emotional issues. It gives you a handle to deal with your own mind. You have to have certain space with it, some psychological space whereby you can neutralize all these pressures, all this piled up dirt, all this piled up filth which you have been carrying for ages. Some memory of when you were young and college memory and all kind at the age of 65. You have to have some space where the interaction, ultimately, first I can deal with it. Secondly, I have to have a space. When, as I said, I have no choice but to interact with the world outside. This intellect do not leave emotional scars in me that you have to learn. There is a way of looking at it. There is a way of analyzing the situations. There is a way of addressing the problem. Even anxiety, uncertainty. Some people just can't handle uncertainty. They want everything in control. And anything put to uncertainty, they get tensed up, anxiety, and pass on the anxiety. So that space which enables me so that I am not cowed down by such emotions. That space by which I am not overpowered by these emotions. My peace, my togetherness is not hijacked. It gets just hijacked by such situations or such experiences or by such memories. Secondly, when I pursue certain things because I think I am not okay, or I think I should be better, no, not even better, I should be the best. That is now modern. I should be the best in every field. It's okay. Whatever goals, whatever the benchmarks that I have set for myself in terms of relationship, in terms of possessions, in terms of pleasures, in terms of my position, in terms of my connections, in terms of my power, whatever they. And I keep pursuing. Spiritual study helps to relook at it. There is a matured way of looking at it. There is an objective way of looking at it. There is a bigger picture through which you look at the things. These are our own goals, our own values, our own ideals. Often, as we grow old, in many areas, it becomes insignificant. Those look big. Now it is so insignificant that you don't care for it. As a child, I had my own goals. That I should play this game and I should win this game and I should score so many runs, blah, blah, whatever it may be. I should have so many marbles, or I should have so many tops, or I should have so many cars. All those goals. That's what we pursue. That was our ideal. If I have 100 marbles, then I made it. If I can defeat all my friends, then I have made it. If everybody looks up to me and praises me, when he does, he will win, then I have made it. And we pursued all that. We committed ourselves to those goals. After a certain age, these goals become so insignificant that you don't want to pursue. In the beginning, it took away your whole persona. You just invested yourself for these goals. Mom used to call, come for the lunch and dinner. I don't want. Even if the baby is tired, he just want to keep playing because there is some goal, some ideal picture. Similarly, at every age, whatever you pursue, whatever you think, this is the thing that I should have it. This is the thing, I should pursue it. You can look at it in a bigger picture. Perhaps there is a bigger picture. Perhaps there is a wider angle, wide angle camera glasses to look at ourselves. That's what you learn when you have a spiritual study. In other words, you learn to be objective. You develop that inner strength by which you can analyze the things vis-a-vis your expectations and your pursuits and achievements. By which you can redesign your goals, by which you redefine your self-identity. You redefine your self-image. And you rediscover your worth, what you are now. Two things. What I had planned or I had ambition or designed or targeted, that needs to be redesigned. And self-evaluation as to who am I as of now, I have to relook at it. That is a spiritual study by which you develop little self-esteem. Because of this constant gap between ideal and actual, and that ideal imagined I keeps shifting further. Lots of reasons, peer pressure and societal values change, and your personal values change, and familiarities, and whatever it may be. That leads to self-low image, because I have not been able to achieve. You can have a better image for yourself, and thereby you can understand others better. Objective. Better means objective. I can look at myself objective. And that's where the small things become small. And I work only for bigger things. That is the result of spiritual study. Thirdly, as I said, the most costly commodity, the more rare commodity, or the most costly luxury today, that is to have time for yourself. It's a great luxury that I have time. Even school children don't have time. And their grandpa also don't have time. Because he has to forward so many messages about the health and Pakistan and elections. The fellow is busy. To discover time that too for myself and to discover a space for myself. And I would add here that space which enables you to see, the space that enables you to envision or own up the most beautiful self that you are. Shantam Shivam Sundaram. That enables you to own up the self which is always content. There is no discontentment whatsoever. There is no lack whatsoever. There is no insufficiency. Centered on I. That is the result, or that is the purpose of spiritual study. In this journey, as I said, you have to discover the space, certain maturity, emotional maturity, certain strength to handle all these experiences which leaves emotional scars. I don't let them leave any kind of scar on my psyche. Certain anxiety is about uncertainty. It's always there. What you want to achieve or what you are faced with, there is always some uncertainty. Failure is a part of life. You don't get what you want. It is okay for advertisement. One cigarette brand in India had an advertisement. The fellow smokes that and says, I get what I want. I wanted to tell him, get married and try to change the channel of the TV. That's all you will not be able to change. What do you get what I want? You can't change the whole world. You can't dictate all the world. You can't call all the shots that I want this and it will happen. It doesn't happen. Anyway, it's okay as a slogan in a TV, in a cigarette advertisement. You can't get what you want all the time. That scar should not. There is a way of looking at failures. There is a way of looking at my own limitations. There is a proper way of looking at evaluating myself. That is spiritual study. Let's proceed a little further. I say day-to-day interaction. Some are compulsive, some are out of choice. That you have to interact is choiceless. But that you interact for a given purpose is your desire. Your desire prompted interactions. The various ends that you keep pursuing for ideal I. That your picture, which you think it's a beautiful picture of myself, which may not be there. Therefore, they do makeup, When they do makeup and photo shoots and they send the picture, you think, oh, this person is so handsome or this lady is so beautiful. But when you see them, actually, it's a different thing. So people create that kind of makeup in the society. Some facade, create image. Who am I? How people should look up to me or look at me. That is there. Now, that image that I am creating or working to create or wanting to create needs certain evaluation. You need to look at it. And to gain that image, looking at it spiritually, I say it. But to gain that image, we pursue various ends. We pursue various goals. We have various targets in our life. Those goals pursued by individuals are generally of primarily of two categories. Otherwise, we have four categories. What they are called in Shastric language is Purushartha. Purushaihi arthyate iti Purushartha. That which is sought after by Purusha. The word Purusha in a language, when translated, it means man. But when it is used in a Shastra, it means an individual. Maybe man or woman. Doesn't make difference. They're talking of Atma, Jivat in Vyavahara. The Suktam, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. Sahasraksha Purusha. So Purusha is of 100 heads. Then I have to say also Sahasra Shirsha Stri. No, what they mean is consciousness primarily, and in a context, an individual being, Jiva Atma, what we call it. That is a Purusha. So that which is sought after by individual, Jivatmas. That is wanted. What are they? Most of the Indians know. Artha, Kama, Dharma and Moksha. Those used oftenly by other order, that Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. But let's have this order for our understanding. Artha, Kama, Dharma, Moksha. What is Artha? Pursuit for security. Pursuit for money. Pursuit for possessions, property. Pursuit for regular income. Pursuit for relationship is all often security. I feel secure because my cousin is here as a police inspector. I feel secure because I have so much of income. Every month I get this. I'm okay. I was secure because of business, because of position, because of power, because of connections, because of relationship, because of everything. There is a basic pursuit of security. Because you feel insecure right from childhood. For a baby, Artha Purushartha is mother. Hold on to mom. Secure. God hello, mother. I am secure. That's all the baby is. But as the baby grows up, it doesn't seek security in mother, seeks in some other relationships. It's like they want to keep the client happy because we are secure for the business. They want to keep the boss happy because we are secure of the job. No, I want to keep my minister happy because I get proper posting. The minister wants to keep the CM happy because my portfolio remains. CM wants the headquarters to be happy because next time I get a ticket and I continue to become CM. Somewhere or other, you keep seeking security. This is 1%. Second pursuit is Kama. Kama means what? Natural pursuit for happiness. And that too through the objects of the world outside. Through the experience, interaction with the world outside. Kama. I want to become happy through some Vishayas. So this is possessions, objects of enjoyment is Kama. Even certain relationship is Kama, emotional Kama. The sense of achievement, challenging my goal, or take up a challenge in the office and make it and achieve it. It is all Kama, different types of Kamas. eat something, to see something, to hear something. Indriya Vishaya. But then there is emotional calm also. There is a cognitive. I made it. Even the bubble game, my friend, at the score I am interested in, I made maximum. They say you are number one in the score, you made it. All that is calm. These two pursuits are universal. All animals, birds, or aquatic animals, they all pursue arthaka. And we also pursue. It's natural. An animal also seeks security. First, even the baby or the siblings, they move with the mother for security. They move in a herd for security. They want the prey or whatever. They are very cautious that I am not preyed upon. All those carnivores are very cautious. They look around. They're very alert, either ears or eyes. They're very cautious because I should not be preyed upon because I have preyed upon others. It's a fear. They are the security. Even a crow, now, Shraddha Paksha, they give them puri and the kheer and all. The fellow will call everybody, ka, ka, ka. But by the time they come, he will take away one and go to some corner. He will not eat here. But security is not there. I have to secure. A dog, give a bone, even a plastic bone. Because he likes it, so takes away, it's in a corner. Then it's security. Birds also want security. The difference is where you seek security is programmed for animals. And so it is fixed that in given way they will seek, and they will seek only up to certain limitation. That's all. Otherwise they don't want it. Like the birds, when they are to lay the eggs and hatch the eggs, they know I cannot hatch it on the road, on the ground. I cannot lay it on the ground. Dogs then will eat away. They will build a nest. But how they build nest, it is predestined. Where they will build a nest is generally programmed, and they will build only one nest. Even though that fellow may be king of the crows, but his nest also will be of the same size and at one place only. Not just because he's the king, he should have better or bigger. Though we call lion as a king of jungle, lion doesn't look for an apartment or a bungalow. It looks for cave only. Though he is a king, it goes in a cave. That too, one cave only. Kama is also limited. These carnivorous animals kill the prey. But that prey, if it suffices their family and himself, their hunger, then they don't go for next. The forest may be very cold. Natural refrigeration. Let's kill two. Anyway, it's winter. Our Girnar has 3 degrees and 2 degrees. So it's all refrigeration. We will eat next week. After 3 days, it will be useful. No, once, one at a time. One prey, one meal, and they live also. However delicious it may appear to them. I don't know it appears or not because I've never eaten meat. That to raw meat nobody eats, but it must be delicious. The way they lick, tongue. Especially these lions and all, you see the videos, looks like they're enjoying their food. like children pizza eating and Pepsi drinking, all advertisements. They don't have, there is a fixed program. In a few things, only they seek security, they seek in a few ways, and only for few time, not lifelong. They don't seem to suffer from sense of insecurity in their life. You may see them, but they don't seem to be suffering out of insecurity. Human being seeks in varieties of people seek security in relationship. They seek security in money, in fixed assets, in land, in any which way it keeps on seeking. It is endless. The person having millions of rupees also may feel insecure. And a person having billions also may be insecure. There is no benchmark that this much you are secure. Like animals have. If there is one nest, it's over. Till you hatch the egg and lay the egg, that's it. But that's not the case with human beings. So also pursuits of karma, that is not programmed, not confined to certain objects and situations and to a time. Animals is confined, their mating season is fixed. But human being is free, choice. There are endless objects wherein I feel I may pursue to fulfill karma purpose. There are endless things that I may pursue to fulfill my artha purusha. And there is one more thing also, which is unique to human being. Not only artha kama here, there are religions who promise you better hereafter. I want karma is not here but hereafter. People want to go to lokas, want to go to heaven, standard, most popular destination for travel. They aspire, want to go to heaven, to enjoy. And then there is a promise in those books that the pleasures are of this type, It's different than what available they have, and much, much better and much of superior quality things are there. It is like ordinary phone and iPhone, like that marketing is done in the Shastra. Are people here in a simple way in this life in India or some other country want to go to US, North America, want to go to Europe, that I'll make my life. They will have these artha-kamas, then I have made it. The spiritual study helps us to relook at all these pursuits of artha. Most of the human beings look upon artha-kama as the end of life. The goal of human existence, the purpose of my birth is to have maximum pleasures and maximum riches. That's how general perception is. People almost barter their whole life for some money. At least 5 days they are bartered for getting some money. In a typical modern work culture, 12 hours, 13 hours sometimes work, daytime. Whatever is left is for daily chore and you don't have much energy also. Some compulsive relationships in the Indian society have you attend, otherwise not interested. Therefore, Western society has all socials on Sunday. In birthday party also, if it is on Monday, you have to wait till next Sunday. Even Bhagavan has to wait, Ram Navami may be on given day. Or Janmashtami may be in given day. If it is Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. In America, nobody celebrates that day. Rama also has to wait for Sunday. Next Sunday, we will celebrate Ram Navami. They put boards. Of course, they write first line, on such and such a date is Ram Navami. But they don't say, but we will be celebrating. People understand. So, coming back to the point, that Arthakama pursuits, in case of human being, is not definite and it is subject. And it has a connection with ideal I also. My picture of ideal I includes Kama Purusha. So many kamas I must have. So much of Artha I must have. That's ideal I is there. And that is why some of them think of going to heaven hereafter. There is whatever locus. And these religions tell you, you will go to heaven if you are faithful, if you are believers. We don't say that. You can go to heaven if your deeds are, but deeds are irrelevant. I mean, it of no significance. There are certain moral ethics, do this, do that, they say. But it can't impact your journey to heaven, tourism destination, because you are faithful. That's how they think. Anyway, coming back to, but ultimately, it is Arthakama Purusha. And as I said, they'll barter the whole life. They think it is meant for Arthakama. And nowadays, modern picture of successful living, modern picture of successful life is what? More arthas, more kamas. And not only quantity-wise more, quality-wise also. Better pleasures, subtle pleasures, or you can say unique pleasures that I have, I'm successful. Various social values are there. Certain things you have, it is valued that this particular thing is only with you, whatever it is. But ultimately, that our picture of ideal I includes Arthakamas. And any shortfall in having Arthakamas is construed as shortfall in I. And that shortfall in I is dissatisfaction, discontentment, unhappiness, self-low image, self-judgmentalism, branding, blah, 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 all things come. Spiritual study helps you to relook at it. That is, I would call it, this is real re-engineering life. Re-engineering life is not simply doing some asana pranayama and things like that. Redefining, restructuring your image of I. That is re-engineering. Based on what? Based on new wisdom that I have. The insight that Hindu spirituality gives us to you. That I grow. The human growth need not be or should not be measured only in terms of Arthakama. How much wealth you have, how much position or connections you have, how many objects of pleasure you have, more you have, costlier you have, you are successful. No, that's not true. The successful living has to be redefined. People think more I have, more successful I am. The more you have, your self-image becomes more acceptable to you. Is it true? Is it okay? Or my self-image can be independent of possessions. And there is a different way of looking at the self. And then you can be satisfied. you can be content. That discovery process is called spirituality. Understand, spirituality means giving appointment to myself, having time for myself, having leisure for self-beautification. I'm beautifying myself. No. Though we say self-beautification, it is unfolding the beauty that is already there. You can beautify the things by makeup and some external things. And by removing something which makes it ugly, you can beautify. Those obstructions are removed. How? By the spiritual study. Your insight will change. Your values will change, and you really grow emotionally. And there necessitates one Purushartha, which is unique to human being. In fact, two, but one. It is called Dharma. Arthakama need not be taught and need not be pushed to pursue. Dharma Purushartha, it is will-based. You have to decide to follow. You have to commit yourself to follow. You don't need to commit to Arthakama, get committed. You don't have to ask somebody. And as I said, even the animals have the same Purushartha, Arthakama. They also have it. What's the big deal about human being? So you have to commit to Purushartha called Dharma. And that Dharma leads to desire for moksha. And for that, this is useful, Vivek. And to all I said earlier, it is useful for emotional maturity as well. How? We will see in the next class. That will be on 18th Saturday. Next Saturday. Today is Saturday, Sunday. Every Saturday, Sunday at 9 p.m. Indian time, I shall take the class. Whatever may be the time in Japan, North America, and Argentina, you take a call. But it will be 9 to 10. And then next class I'll introduce and start the text. We will provide you a soft copy of it in the group. Our study group is there. So, through which you got this information, I shall provide in a day or two in the group, and you can download and print it or keep it soft copy, whatever you want. We'll go slok by slok, of course. Not all, but few selected. We'll see why and which one. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.